2, 3, take us space!
Katy Perry went to space and the internet lost its mind. Because apparently when a rich man goes to space, it's visionary. But when a woman goes to space, it's cringe. Gotta love the patriarchy and zero gravity. Before we dive in, hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Ashley BTV. I'm a former TV news reporter and Hollywood actress taking you behind the headlines. A little bit of sass, a lot of heart, and a whole lot of, wait, what? Let's get into it. Ellen, cue the rocket. Nah? Cool. Lift off. But real talk, 6 women just launched into space as a part of Blue Origin's NS-31 mission, and instead of celebrating, people are losing their minds. People are debating feminism, billionaires, and whether Katy Perry's smile was just a little bit too smug for suborbital travel.
Right behind you. It's okay, you're up there. Flynn, I got you. I got you, Flynn. Oh, the moon. You guys, I have to tell you, look at the moon. Look. Okay. Look at the moon. Gosh. Oh my God.
It was symbolic, powerful, and yeah, it was a little bit performative. That's, I think, what it was supposed to be, right? Katy posted a pic on X and everyone was like, Katy, blink twice if you're being held hostage by Jeff Bezos. Some called it a landmark feminist moment, others called it a PR stunt disguised as progress. I wanna know what you call it though in the comments, so you better be dropping those. Look, some people are like, this is iconic, this is feminist, this is the future. And others are like, baby, you are not a firework. God, never let me sing on the internet ever again. I promised my mom I wouldn't sing on the internet. Today we're unpacking the vibes, the backlash, the Bezos of it all, and what this latest celebrity space race says about all of us in 2025. When space tourism becomes a PR battle, something deeper is going on. Let's get into it. On April 14th, the Blue Origin launched its NS-31 mission, marking the first all-female crewed flight into space since the Soviet Union's Valentina Tereshkova flew solo back in 1963. Now, this mission was curated by journalist and pilot, also Jeff Bezos's fiancée, Lauren Sanchez, in partnership with the Blue Origin, and the goal was to amplify women's representation in space and science. Gayle King, a veteran journalist and CBS Morning News anchor, and maybe most notably, Oprah's BFF. Aisha Bao, aerospace engineer and founder of STEM Board, Amanda Nguyen, civil rights activist and Nobel Peace Prize nominee, and Carrie Ann Flynn, producer and investor. And no, this was not a 3-day space odyssey. This was a 10-minute suborbital flight aboard the New Shepard rocket, 4 minutes of weightlessness, and then back on Earth before your Starbucks mobile order was ready. Video footage captured it all, and the internet went wild. We saw these women floating around in space, which if we were all on board that spacecraft, we would also be floating around with the biggest smiles on our face. Katy Perry was holding a daisy on board, and she most notably sang "What a Wonderful World" to the women. She said she didn't want to sing her song because it wasn't about her songs. Katy says, quote, "It wasn't about me or my songs, it was about a collective energy, taking up space and belonging." But some are asking, was it actually about her songs? Because she did hold up a little paper item with her songs written over it for the launch of her new tour. So I don't know, tomato, tomato. The daisy was also a nod to her daughter, Daisy Dove. She said, "I want her to look back one day and know her mom really reached for the stars and literally got there." Honestly, way to go, Katy. Like you always hear your parents say, reach for the stars, you could do anything, go for the moon. And to be a mom would be like, yeah, girl, I actually got there. I mean, there's power in that, you gotta admit.
Sometimes people consider daisies weeds because they grow everywhere and through everything, and they show up in so many different places, but daisies are just so resilient. And flowers for me, I believe, are like God's laughter and God's smile. And I brought a daisy because I have so much love for my daughter Daisy, and I have so much love for Mother Earth. And I believe you can see the beauty in the Mother Earth in a single resilient daisy.
Gayle King reflected and said, "This wasn't just fun, it's about what's next for women and humanity." And Gayle King, according to Oprah, was absolutely petrified of this experience and was scared to even just get on normal flights. And you might be wondering, like myself, why these specific women were chosen for this flight? Well, Lauren Sanchez told Vanity Fair, "These women are change makers. This wasn't a stunt, it was a statement." So why did this trip blow up so much online? Obviously, the celebrity factor. Katy Perry in Zero Gravity, instant clickbait. But instead of Teenage Dream or Firework, she gave us a rendition of What a Wonderful World. And let's be real, some people just weren't ready for that. Number 2, the confusion. Some thought the seats were bought. In reality, Blue Origin didn't actually reveal if they paid. but Sanchez said the women were selected for their contributions to humanity. So I would love to hear from you. Do you think they paid for their seats on board? Because I definitely do not think so. The cost, while exact figures are private, Blue Origin's previous ticket prices range from $200,000 to $500 per seat. Would you pay to be on board to go to space? Absolutely. If I had the money, I don't care. I absolutely would. I don't even care if you think that's, conceited and you should use your money elsewhere. If you are a billionaire and you are already helping the world, I'm not saying they are, but if you are and you happen to have some extra cash lying around, yeah, cool, go to space. Rich people do it all the time. So yeah, when you launch this though, after tax season, people notice, oh God, I finally did my taxes on time, guys. You'd be proud. Number 3, the backlash. Slate called the flight even stupider than I thought it would be. The Guardian said, quote, "It feels more like a publicity tour than a milestone for science." Wendy's fast food Twitter account even got involved, guys. They tweeted, "Can we send her back?" Who knew Wendy's got the ick? God, I love me some Frosties. Did you know they have that strawberry kind now? Even one of her own fellow entertainment icon, Olivia Wilde, joined the conversation and said $1 billion bought some good memes, I guess. Also, number 4, the defenders, because not everyone was hating on this moment. Others celebrated it. Time Magazine's Lily Rothman said, quote, "This wasn't just about where they went. It was about who finally gets to go." And Lauren Sanchez said to Vanity Fair, quote, "I chose women who helped shape the world." But to be fair, let's zoom out, because before Katy Perry ever put on a flight suit, rich men were already racing to the stars. Need I remind you? Jeff Bezos launched himself on Blue Origin's first crew mission in July 2021 with cowboy hats and a whole lot of cringe. Richard Branson beat him by 9 days, flying aboard Virgin Galactic's Unity 22. And of course, Elon Musk has been running SpaceX since 2002 with launches like Inspiration 4 in 2021, where 4 civilians orbited Earth for 3 days, funded by a billionaire. But let's hold for a moment, because I know you guys are gonna say, but it's different. These women are celebrities. They don't deserve to go. Yeah, they must be the first celebrities that have ever gone to space, right? I'm gonna get out my microphone because I wanna talk about what this says actually about us, because this wasn't just a launch, it was a litmus test. What we really saw was who we think deserves to go to space, how we judge women in STEM versus women in stilettos, the double standards of men joyriding in rockets versus women being tone deaf doing the same thing. When William Shatner went to space on the Blue Origin in 2021, it was celebrated. When Michael Strahan followed, it was cheered. But Katy Perry dragged. That's not about space, that's about us. Well, you can tell I get riled up. I'm trying to get mad at the world because, look, I get it. It is annoying. It is frustrating. People are out here choosing between rent and eggs, and celebrities are boarding rocket ships like it's the next Uber Black. But are we gonna really let a broken economy keep us from celebrating a moment that literally made history, especially for women? That matters. This was the first all-female crew. That matters. Even if it came wrapped up in a Bezos blue ribbon. Look, I don't love that either. But we shouldn't let the nature of this moment take away from the gravity that it contains. And that is, representation matters. And when our daughters, our nieces, children that have yet to be born see this moment, they can see something that has actually happened in their history, and they can know that this is possible, that they also have a chance, that if you dream big enough, you can go to the moon, you can go to the stars. It matters. This is clearly getting me emotional. I am a millennial. I grew up in the girl boss era. I always just wanted to be 30 and working a job that I could pay for myself. I could pay my own bills. I could do all the things. I did not expect to get emotional. This is very off the cuff. And when women can break the glass ceiling, that's important. And I hate that it's being overlooked by the memes and the glam and the spacesuits and the daisies. When daisies are supposed to symbolize that daisies can grow everywhere. They can break through cement. Millions of girls saw women in space, possibly for the first time. The catchphrase was "take up space." And that matters. And yes, it made Oprah cry. It's making me cry. Who cares? Don't let the celebrity fandom overshadow the real moment that this was for women.
Aisha Bo, here she is in the Bahamas, and she's told your dreams are too big, you need to dream small. It was suggested that she go to cosmetology school. But not only did she not do that, she now has double degrees, and you're right, she is a rocket scientist. Amanda Nguyen was at Harvard, where she was sexually assaulted, and she was in the middle of preparing to go to NASA. She dreamed of being an astronaut. Her word was, she called this healing and justice was a word that she thought of. Carrie Ann Flynn, one Hollywood producer, always wanted to go to space. When her little boy was 4, he went to school and said, my mom is going to space. They called him a liar because they said moms don't go to space. Yesterday, her son, who is now 16, was there to see his mom go to space.
It's now the bat, because this is a complicated situation. Critics say it's out of touch, especially amid global crisis. There's no talk of emissions, no transparency on who pays, and Katy also teased her upcoming world tour during press. There's a circus. TikToks analyzed her body language. Reddit debated if this ruined her brand. Tabloids called it girl bosses in space. We're in a time where something like this feels weird. Billionaires are launching rockets. Regular people are asking if this is what progress really means. And women going to space sparks more outrage than celebration. But the reality is that there is no black and white. This is gray. This was a moment that was layered. It was messy. It was important. It was feminist milestone, part luxury stunt, and part emotional reckoning. So yeah, Katy Perry went to space and the internet lost it. And maybe that was the point. Maybe the real launch wasn't just to orbit. It was to our collective discomfort with wealth, power, visibility, and who we allow to take up space. So tell me in the comments how this made you feel and why. And let's start the conversation, because on this channel, we want to put the consciousness back into the culture. I'll see you in the next one.